Hi, my name is Kat Ham, and this is my midterm exam. So, pre-production is the process of creating the story and outlining the work that will go into it and the shots that will be filmed before the actual production work begins. It involves many steps that help the rest of the project to be as simple as they can be with few problems coming up. The steps of pre-production break down every element of the production so that each member of the crew is aware of their specific duties and their role in creating the final project. The first step in pre-production is the project proposal, which is a summary used to promote or sell a project, and it explains the subject. The premise is a brief line, kind of like a log line, I guess, that summarizes the topic of the film and the events that will take place. The next step is the synopsis, which is a short paragraph that describes the basic storyline or theme. This is followed by the treatment, which is a detailed summary of the plot, characters, and scene, as well as how the material will be captured. The scripts are complete production guides on paper, and script breakdowns break down the script to include listing equipment and personnel needs for the production and for each scene. The production schedules provide a timeline for each phase of the production, and then after that is the budget, which specifies how funds will be spent in each production category. And then finally, the storyboards provide a graphic visualization of important shots and show like how the camera will move during that shot and the angle that will be used to get that shot, and designate if it's a wide shot or a close-up or an extreme close-up or a medium shot and things like that. Pre-production is needed for organization and so that each person on the team knows what they should be doing and when they need to do it. It keeps the production moving efficiently and lets the crew know which shots they have and which ones they still need. It's a long phase because it's so important to keep the rest of the project running well. Pre-production relates to other stages of production because if pre-production is done well, then the rest of the production and post-production processes should flow smoothly and have minimal problems. It helps the crew prepare for the project and makes everyone aware of exactly what they'll be doing at each stage of the production and how that should come out through the project during the post-production process. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what you want the final product to look like, and then serves as a guide to kind of move through the production and post-production processes in order to reach that point in the final project. The production process involves actually capturing the material that will be used in the film or project. This includes the capture of audio and visual components of the project and making sure that each shot needed for the film is covered and that you have getting multiple takes to make sure that you have good footage of each part that you want and you have options to choose from if you don't like a certain shot or how it came out. During the audio project for class, our production was really smooth and easy because we did our pre-production pretty well. We knew what we had to capture and where we were going to be capturing each sound. We were able to divide up the sounds by location actually, which made it a lot easier since we weren't constantly going back and forth from different locations all around campus. We were able to stay in one section at a time and get the sounds we needed there and then move on to get the sounds we needed at the next location. We recorded each sound while being cognizant of our surrounding environments and how we could best emphasize the sound we wanted to be picked up by the recorder. So whether that was like filming in a quieter environment so we could pick up quieter sounds, or just being aware of where we were in space and how we could best use our environment to emphasize the sounds we wanted. Post-production is the process of gathering everything collected during the production and editing it together to create a coherent actualization of the concept described in pre-production. The post-production process was also not too complicated thanks to the work we did in the pre-production phase. We had a pretty good idea of what we wanted the final product to sound like, and we knew the general order that we wanted the sounds to be placed in. A lot of our post-production process was just kind of switching around sounds and audition to see where things fit best and if there was a different way we could do it than what we had originally thought that might sound better. This was kind of a lot of trial and error and playing around with where each sound was placed. But we knew, we already had an idea from our pre-production work, so it was a lot simpler than it would have been if we were just going in blind and kind of had all these sounds and no idea where to put any of them. Overall, I was really pleased with the outcome of the project, and I think this was due to the amount of work we put into pre-production to ensure that everything went as it needed to go. I don't think it would have turned out as well if the pre-production hadn't been up to par. I think that having that outline and knowing what we wanted the final product to come out as really helped us keep our eye on the final product and know exactly where we wanted to go and just keep everything as it needed to be. So yeah, thanks.